Hey, Book Dragons! Really glad that you have joined me today, and I've got a special unboxing for you. And this is a book from The Broken Binding, which is a subscription service for special edition books. Before we get in and unbox the book that I'm about to show you here, I wanted to talk a little bit about my relationship with special editions and specifically with The Broken Binding. I have been following The Broken Binding for a long time, ever since they first began, before they even became a subscription service. And once they started their subscription, I was initially kind of interested. I was curious as to how it would work, and I tried to get on the list and just never could get on the list. And that wait list is now thousands strong. It's thousands of places strong, I should say. The wait list is just, I saw someone comment recently that they got notified that they were bumped up to spot number 3,000, I think. And they were happy about that. And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm glad for you. I'm glad your spot has been bumped up to 3,000. And it just seems to really be getting out of hand for me. And at this point, I've kind of revised my feelings on special editions and realized that I probably don't need special editions of all the books that I used to want special editions for. And just in general, there are services that do it better than The Broken Binding, I personally feel. Now, I have not been able to get on any subscription lists, really, not for Illumicrate or others, and I just kind of stopped trying. But I got notification that I was able to sign up for Illumicrate, and I looked over what they were offering that month, and it just didn't really sound that great, so I would put myself back on the wait list, and eventually I just stopped doing that because I don't want to pay for a subscription for a book that I'm not going to want, or a book box that I'm not really interested in, when there's only certain books that I really want special editions for, certain books that I consider shelf worthy, right? So I just kind of let that go. And it seems like with the wait list for Broken Binding, as long as it is, you would think that they would try and whittle that down and just focus on that, but they keep adding new subscriptions and encouraging people to sign up for these new fantasy sublists and a new science fiction one that they just rolled out. And it doesn't seem like they are able to keep up with the demand that they already have, and yet they're adding more and more. And that seems like a recipe for disaster. It's just my personal opinion. I really like a lot of the stuff that The Broken Binding puts out. Some of their special editions are really gorgeous. And they do occasionally, from time to time, do a public sale where you don't have to be on the subscription for it. And this book that I just got is one of those. So I am going to talk about that here in a minute. But I just kind of wanted to have that discussion about Broken Binding and subscription services in general. And I kind of personally feel like they are not catering to the needs of the customer, especially with the economy the way it is. I don't know about the UK where The Broken Binding is based, but I know in America the economy is pretty bad, and people don't want to be signing up for a lot of subscriptions when they can't really afford to put food on the table even. Having a subscription doesn't really seem very practical right now. And I kind of wish that Broken Binding and other services like it would go back to a book by book release. If people want to put their name in the hat for it and make a down payment on it or whatever, they can, and then once the book is released, they get their copy. But they're not tied into a subscription where they have to think about, oh, do I need to skip this month because I couldn't pay rent or things like that. So it's kind of a sticky situation. But, that's neither here nor there. They've made their business decisions, and who am I to really tell them that their business decision is wrong? That's for them to decide and for them to find out if it crashes and burns on them. So I've seen a lot of lack of quality with some of their releases over the last year from friends that are on the subscriptions and have showed me their copies of the books that they got. It just seems like their quality is diminishing, and I'm very curious to see what the book that I just got is like, to see if it was worth the money I spent. And granted, it wasn't that expensive. They do have really good pricing structures. And so I'm excited to look at the book, and I feel like it's probably going to be worth my money. But we are going to see, okay? So that's a long-winded diatribe and discussion, and maybe a little bit of complaining in there, I guess, to just, just for my experience, but also the experience of others that I know of that have been subscribers and haven't totally been happy with their experience. And maybe it's time to do just a little bit different, take a different approach. And with that being said, I'm going to get my eyes on here. I have cut the tape on this box. I have cut the tape on it just so make it easy to open, but I have not opened it. I am looking at this for the first time with you guys. And I do know what the book is. I went after this book specifically. And we are going to look at it now. And then I'll tell you a little bit about how I came across this. So, all right. So the flap is going up. I can get it open here. They do pack these really well. I mean, the boxes are gorgeous. I've never had a problem with their boxes. I like the way they wrap it. And I'm assuming that these are the additional dust jackets in this little tube. It's in one of those little poster tubes, so that's kind of cool. We'll look at that shortly. And here is the book. And they've got it wrapped in all this nice recyclable paper, and I think that's really good. So we're going to look at this here. I'm going to set the box down there on the floor. And I'm really excited to see how this turned out and what they did with it, and let you guys see for the first time what it is I got in my hot little hands. And a lot of you have probably seen this book floating around BookTube, but this is my first time. So there's all the recyclable paper. Then they've got bubble wrap. And I mean, that's great. It's well protected, hopefully. Sometimes I wonder if their packaging is a little bit overkill, but it is what it is. So, all right, so bubble wrap goes down there, and I got a nice little bookmark here that I am going to save until I show you the book. And it has that Dragon's Horde sticker on it. That's kind of cool. I like that. And I guess we're just gonna tear into this here. Tear into it and see. Oh my God! Oh, it's looking pretty nice there. Tear this paper here. At least most of it's recyclable, right? At least in the U.S., we're not allowed to recycle plastic. Or at least in my city, we're not allowed to. I don't know about other cities. So, are you guys ready for this? All right. Hyperion by Dan Simmons. And this is the little bookmark that came with it. It's just an absolutely gorgeous bookmark. I love that. And we'll open the alternate covers here in just a moment. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about how I came to own this book. First of all, Hyperion is my second favorite sci-fi novel of all time. Just barely under Dune. I mean, it's a toss-up, really, but I like Dune slightly more. And man, I saw that Broken Binding was doing this. I saw it on social media, and that they were having a public sale where non-subscribers could order the copy. And I messed up. And I thought the date of the public sale was a different date. And so I missed the public sale. And I was so disappointed. Because of all the books that I have wanted to own special editions of, Hyperion is one that's at the top of the list. And I have said for years that we need really nice hardcover editions of the Hyperion Cantos. So I really hope that Broken Binding does more, but at least I've got this. Anyway, okay, so I missed the public sale, right? And once I realized my mess up, I was like, I sent an email to the Broken Binding and said, hey, listen, if you have any leftovers, please put me on the leftover list, because I want this book. I really want this book. And it got to the point where I was seeing everybody get their copies of it, and I hadn't heard anything on the wait list. So I'm like, maybe I missed my chance altogether. So I found a Facebook group that I could join that was catering to the Broken Binding, and to see if I could get it aftermarket from somebody who didn't want theirs and was wanting to sell it. And I went through that process, and I found someone who was like, hey, I'll sell it to you. And so we were messaging back and forth, and I asked her what she wanted to sell it for, and she's like, I was thinking about $280. I'm like, wait, what? $280? And guys, I can understand markup a little bit, right? You want to make a little bit of money on a book that you got. So, it was $280 that they were asking, and I'm like, okay, that's way out of my ballpark. In fact, that seems a huge markup compared to what people were getting it for from Broken Binding. And I was thinking, if it was $100, I could see that, a little bit of a markup there. You got to cover shipping and everything. $100 maybe. $150 is what I've been seeing it for on eBay, and that's really a stretch, but I could see it. I wouldn't have paid that, but I could see it. And other places were selling it for higher, and I wouldn't touch it. But $280 was the highest I had seen. Like, just, take a chunk out of my flesh, will you? So I'm like, it's okay. I don't really need the book. And it's true, I don't need it. But I wanted it. And I just resigned myself to not ever owning it, and that's okay. I had the ebooks of the entire series. It's fine. But then I got the waitlist email for leftovers, and I'm like, sign me up. I went to the website, looked at the price, and with shipping it was going to be like $60. I'm like, that's fine. Do it. Sign me up. So that was my experience trying to get a hold of the special edition of my favorite sci-fi book, or one of my favorite sci-fi books. So I hope you enjoyed that little journey with me into the history with trying to get a hold of this book. And I had told people, oh man, yeah, I'd seen people unboxing it, and I'm like, oh man, I am really happy for you because I could not get a copy, and I finally got my copy. So here we are. We're going to look at it really briefly. From what I can tell, it is in really good condition. You never know when you're having books shipped if they're going to get damaged in transit or whatever. And coming from the UK, you know, it's a long trip, and so who knows what could happen. But so far, it looks really good. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. I love that cover. You can see the Shrike there, the halfway cut off of the Shrike's face there, and the sun there in I can't think of it. The eclipse there, and the people who are journeying to see the Shrike and ask a boon from him. So I'm just and the titling there on the side is just absolutely beautiful. Look at those sprayed edges, guys. So it matches the bookmark there, those sprayed edges. So now I'm going to look inside. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. So look at that. Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. And then you've got the dust cover, and you've got Dan Simmons' biography there, and you got a description of the book there on the dust jacket. And then, if we fold it out, you got the entire picture there on the. So yeah, that is just absolutely beautiful. We're going to look at the inside here. Oh, look at that. The ship that travels the river of grass. Oh. Oh my goodness. And the Shrike tree there. Oh my gosh. That's just absolutely amazing. And I don't know if there's other artwork in here in the center of the book or the middle of the book. But I am just, there is. I am just so ecstatic. Oh my gosh. Look at that. And the font is really, really good. I love the way they did the font on this. Very readable, and I'm really, really happy with this so far. It's great. Font is really important to me for physical books because, my eyesight's not the greatest, and as I get older, it gets worse. But I had gotten a bind-up of the first two books in the Hyperion Cantos on eBay, and it was a trade paperback, and the font was terrible. It was just really small, and so I ended up just reselling the book and getting rid of it. But it was wild. There is a little bit of damage here on the corner, and I mean, I've seen that on some of their other books. So I don't know. It's not that big of a deal to me, honestly. There is a nice silver bookmark there. So you've got the nice silver bookmark. That's beautiful. Just beautiful. I'm going to set that book down there for a minute here. And we're going to open up the alternate covers because they did the original covers as an alternate dust jacket. And I am just really excited to see what they did. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Wow. Now, of course, it's all rolled up. I would have to let it unfold and rest and everything like that. But there is the original cover for Hyperion, and this is the first time I've seen the original cover in hardback. I mean, you can't find it. I think that original artwork is, maybe they only put it out in mass market. I don't know, but it is just, oh guys, I absolutely love this. I do like that they have folding lines on there so that you know where to fold it. For now, I think I'm going to just hold off, roll it back up and put it in the tube, and I'll try it on the book at some point in the future, because I really, really like the new artwork for Hyperion. I think it's a perfect testament to the story of Hyperion. And yeah, so I'm going to set that there for now. So guys, let me know what you think about this book. Did Broken Binding knock it out of the park? I think they did. And I'm really happy about that, because there have been other books that I have seen, like full details that I have seen of other books, and they weren't as high quality. This is high quality stuff. I'm so happy with this. Good job, Broken Binding. Please, please do the rest of the series, because you can take my money if you do. So if anyone from Broken Binding is watching this and you were able to get past my criticisms, please understand it's constructive criticism. I really want to see you guys succeed. And you can take my money if you do the rest of the Hyperion series, because if it's anything as high quality as this, I am all over it. I am all over it. So that's the end of this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, make sure you read more books, and I will talk with you soon.